Good morning, everybody. I'll continue in English. At the outset, let me say thank you to Vikram Akula, to Suresh, to Vinitha for inviting me here today. Truly, it is a festive moment. 10 years of Vikram Akula, I think, is a fantastic achievement, so I'd like to have everybody give you a round of applause. It's also great to see so many people here. I frankly didn't realize it was going to be such a large group and so many people in the grassroots, in the trenches, in Karnataka and in other parts of the country, bringing about financial inclusion. To give you just a little bit of background about SKS, many of you do know, but just to give you a sense of what we do, we serve about 42 lakh clients spread across roughly 20 states and about 323 districts of the country. In Karnataka, we've got about 7 lakhs clients, about 1,500 crore dispersed in about 25 districts. And as I was reading the Salam Quick Report figures, I thought it was quite remarkable that as a sector, we've reached about, looking at last year's figures, about 2.4 crore clients across the country. Now that's last year's figure, so it's probably closer to something in the range of 4 crore clients this year, and probably something in the range of an outstanding of about 25,000 crores. So I think congratulations extends not only to Vikram Akula, but also to all of us as a sector for having reached these kind of numbers. But what I'd like to do is to start on a slightly different note, which is that for all the success that we've had as a microfinance sector, for having reached 2.4 crore clients or maybe 5 crore clients today, there is still a fundamental flaw in microfinance, a fatal error. And that is, for all the success that we are still reaching very few, in percentage terms, of the need that's out there in our country. If you estimate roughly 15 crore poor households, and as a sector, if we've reached only 4 or 5 crore, that's about 1/3 of the market, 1/3 of the need. Now, if that happened in IT or in telecom or in fast-moving consumer goods, we write off the industry as underperforming. But in microfinance, we tend to celebrate that level of performance. Now, that's in terms of clients. If you actually look in terms of financial credit, probably we're reaching maybe 10-20% of the credit needs of the poor. And as Suresh has mentioned, even less when it comes to critical products like insurance, savings, remittances. The fact is we need to do much more if we're going to truly harness the power of microfinance to get poor people out of poverty. In fact, I would say we have nothing less in this country than financial apartheid. While you and I can get a loan, walk into a bank, open an account, for the vast majority of the poor, even the clients that we serve, those kind of financial services are not available. It's as if you're not giving the tools that people need to get themselves out of poverty. Now, in terms of the strides that we have made as a sector, part of this we have to give credit to the self-help group, the bank linkage model. And Mr. Fernandez spoke about that, one of the pioneers of that model, and many others have done pioneering work there. But we also know that the bank linkage model has only had limited success. That it'll be up to NGOs, MFIs in the private sector and the NGO sector to complement the work that's being done in the bank linkage program if we're going to truly bring about financial inclusion. To give you an example from Doug's own institution, IFMR, when they did a study of the no-frills accounts that were opened by the bank linkage program in Gulbarga district, one of the first districts that this program was done. When they did a study, I think it was a majority of people didn't use their account more than once just to open it. And in fact, I think it was something like 18% of the people didn't even know they had an account. So that means we have 100% financial inclusion, total financial inclusion in name only. And the RBI has also admitted that this has not been successful, this opening of no-frills account. The point being that We, as MFIs, as NGOs, need to do more so we can complement the efforts of the state-run programs so we can bring about true financial inclusions. It's up to us as MFIs to fill this gap. And I would say the gap has to be filled not just in terms of credit for running businesses, but also credit for housing, for education, for consumption needs, the full range of credit that poor people need.